Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends and a brand new champion that just came out. This epic is really like a legendary champion. Truly is a legendary. Giscard, the sigil, now in French is pronounced totally different. The D is silent. The beginning is like Giscard. So I'm just going to say Giscard because it's much easier for me to do. I'm not going to read over the skills now. We'll do it during the run. I'll just tell you. But I will say here on the masteries that I went with Fearsome Presence to give him a 5% additional chance to provoke because you want those provokes. And then I went, more shields and all of this. And I'll tell you why I went more shields in just a minute. You'll get the idea because we're about to solo Ice Golem 20. And then we're going to go into Doom Tower 119 hard. 119 currently hard is actually pretty damn hard. There's a lot of really hard-hitting AoE champions in there. A lot of stuff we got to take control of. We've got HP instead of really high defense because we get HP shields whenever we do his A2. And I want that HP to be pretty high based off of his max HP. 229 speed. We've got crazy resistance and accuracy. You don't need all this. You just need one or the other and then go with an accuracy lead. You don't even need all this resistance if you're going through the Doom Tower like I'm going through it. I take that back. I'm going to read over them as you can see them as well. There's one that's a little bit misleading. He attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance to decrease attack by 50% for one turn. Damage based off of defense. Now his A2 Lion's Roar is what makes him a legendary along with his passive. So the Lion's Roar, 2-turn cooldown, attacks all enemies. We've got a 75% chance to place a provoke for one turn. Also place an HP shield buff on this champion equal to 25% of their max HP for 2 turns. This is on a 2-turn cooldown. That means we're doing damage based off of defense, which is fine. That's why I loaded him up on HP though, because of this HP shield. So you see I've got HP. We've got HP here, and speed boots. We weren't trying to get a whole bunch of damage out of him. What we want is a 2-turn AoE provoke, and we want a big shield placed on him afterwards. Or you could go the damage route. Either one, it's up to you. It's really up to you. I just wanted bigger shields because I was kind of doing a little soloing with him as well. Now it's passive here. Whenever an enemy attacks him with a provoke or increase attack debuff, you get a 35% turn meter increase every single time. Now this is a little misleading. It's not a decrease attack. This is actually not a debuff. Whenever anybody attacks him under provoke or an increase attack buff, he'll get a turn meter increase. So most times we're not going to see that turn meter increase from increased attack because we're not going to see a lot of increased attacks out there unless you're in the Doom Tower somewhere, specific ones, or going up in PvP or something like that. But we are applying provokes out there on a 2-turn cooldown, and we're getting a 35% turn meter increase every single time they come and attack him. Then the A3 here gives you increased defense and increased attack for 2 turns on all your allies on a 3-turn cooldown. This champion is unbelievable. Let's watch him in action so you can see all this unfold. Here we go. We're going into Ice Golem 20 solo right now just to give you a real idea of what's happening here. 2-turn cooldown, AoE provoke, we get an HP shield. He does have a 2-set immortal, so he's getting a little bit of HP back. We're not doing a lot of damage because we're not buffing up his defense, right? He doesn't have really high defense right now. He's just got the survivability. And then with that passive, see that passive going off? 35% turn meter increase. It's crazy. And then he's buffing himself up with increased defense and increased attack. The attack doesn't matter for him, but it will matter for your party and help you out. So survivability, more damage, all these provokes, 2-turn cooldown, HP shield, and we're going to get low here, I think, in a little bit because the 2 girls in the front do block debuffs and we can't provoke them any longer and counterattack, but we're going to make it through it. I mean, look at this guy. If he can do this by himself, what can he do in a team for you? We're going to go into 119 Doom Tower hard. The hardest one to do right now. I don't know if it's the hardest stage to do, but it is a pretty difficult stage. It's got a lot of damage in there. It's nothing like Sifi and Rhodos with a whole bunch of torments, but it's pretty strong. We're going to take him in there and you're going to see him do work. Serious work. Protect our team. Always do the provokes. Get that turn meter increase and keep cycling through it. So in my eyes, this guy is definitely legendary tier. If he would have come out in a gold border with a little bit higher stats, maybe, even though he's got great stats, you could definitely call this guy a Lego. And again, we only got low there because they had counterattack on for a while with a block debuff, so we couldn't provoke. Now that we can provoke, we can get that turn meter going some more. We can get that life back quicker because we're taking turns over turns. Look at that. Turns over turns over turns. Now we can solo Ice Golem 120. We really can. I'm going to cut it off before we get to beating the boss forever. We're on 1.5 times speed, so we're going a little quicker than normal. That way we can get through here. I was going to do 2 times speed, but I think that would have been too fast. But look, provokes everywhere. comes in with an A1 decrease attack. That of course we want that on bosses so we take less damage. So that means he does have a use on boss. He's still going to get that HP shield on a boss on a 2-turn cooldown for 2 turns. So that'll help him survive a little bit more as well, even though he's defense based, so he shouldn't be taking as much damage. He's got 3,000 defense you saw on there. He's got really good HP. He's got good speed, good resistance, good accuracy. He's ready to go. And he's just going to come through here. On a team, he's amazing. Right now, he would be protecting all your healers, all your DPSers. And he's always going to do it. I mean, what would stop him? On a 2-turn cooldown, if he just gets a few provokes out there and they hit him, he's going to cycle through it so fast. 35% turn meter increase is pretty crazy. I can't believe they left it that high, and I'm really surprised they left it without a cooldown. I'm glad they did, because it makes them really functional. But, you know, a lot of times we don't get that, right? We get these epics like this. It would have been great if it wasn't on a cooldown or some other. But, man, thank goodness they did. They made him like this because this guy is a true beast. There he goes. Shields up again, going through it. We're going to make it through here easily. So easily. On Doom Tower 119 hard, you can imagine, right? If he's doing this to the waves. Now, you can't. Doom Tower, right? Hard. You can't just use just one person like this. He doesn't have a 100% chance to provoke. It's at 80 with Fearsome Presence. That's good, but it's not enough to rely on it whole by itself. You're going to have to bring in that Sylar, right? You're going to have to bring in your Sylar the Drakes, whatever else you use. We're also going to bring in another new champion you're going to see at the end of this video when we run through Doom Tower 119 hard. We're almost done here. It's going through fast. Very, very fast. We're going to bring in the new fire guy. I can't remember his name now. What was his name? His name was actually like a famous name. He does the fire. He does turn meter increase, turn meter decrease. And I'm going to do a separate video on the whole entire run, but you're about to see him in a minute. He's in our lead position for plus 40 accuracy. He's one of the new ones that just came out. Get you there, protect your team, and especially for the Doom Tower to get you through the waves. Most importantly, a lot of these waves are very hard in the Doom Tower. We need control. We need to provoke everything out there. The Mortu Macabres, anything that's going to kill us. I can't remember all of them out there, but we need to provoke everything we can, and that's the easiest way to get through any stage in the Doom Towers. A whole bunch of stuns, a whole bunch of provokes, the rest. All right, here we are. Look at this. We're going through here, 119 Doom Tower hard. You'll see this video next. I'm going to upload it next, talking about our middle guy right there, another new epic. A brand new epic. Did you see all the provokes we had up already? We've got that increased attack, increased defense that he just gave us as well to protect our team. And everybody's still alive somewhat, but these waves were hard. These waves dealt a lot of damage. Sometimes we'd have somebody die like that, and we'd have to have Sylar the Drakes bring them back to life, but that's fine. We got through it. We were able to do it. And you can't really see how much he shined there, but you're going to see it in this next follow-up video with that fire guy. Damn it. Mordecai. That's his name. His name is Mordecai. The fire guy in the middle. He gives us 40 accuracy additional. He does AoE burns. I talked about him in my previous video about all these champions. He's actually doing really well. Is his name Mordecai? It is Mordecai. So there we've got it. Let us know. Don't you think this guy is a legendary? I really think he's going to do well for you. Check out that next video with Mordecai, and you'll see Giscard going through there and doing everything that he's supposed to be doing, along with Mordecai doing the craziness that he does as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys all in a video soon.